I feel that I was treated poorly. I was lied to, and then I was at the end of it all. When they told me not that I couldn't pay, they told me in a nutshell that I didn't pay. On Live Auctioneer, it says non-payment when I wanted to pay. So in the long and short of it, I basically was treated very poorly, and I'm hoping to get an apology or to get some kind of satisfaction knowing that other people know that I was treated badly in this case. And I, especially in this time of COVID-19, I don't need this. No one needs this. No one needs aggravation. Everyone needs to get together and work things out. It's just so crazy to me the way things are going. So that's what I'd like to say. Okay, basically it's this. I won two items from a company called International Auction Gallery, and actually here I could show you. I've known them for 20 years. I've worked with them for 20 years. Brian Chang at International Auction Gallery. Generally, we had a very good rapport. I'm very, he's, he was nice. Nice. Sometimes he's intermittent. Sometimes he's in a rush. He's kind of a fidgety guy, which I have nothing against him except the fact the way I was treated. So after 20 years, from buying and selling, I had purchased these two items online from them. One being a vintage Yamaha acoustic guitar, stated on the site. Here, I'll show you again. Loose string. Now, of course, as you read through, you could see that it's not a loose string. That maybe is on me, but I went down there to uh, basically say that it's not a loose string, and I was very calm when I went there. I said, "This is not a loose string," and then I was told, "Oh, yeah, you should have looked at the pictures." I said, "Okay, I could have, but it says loose string." I mean, I was going through a bunch of different things. I bought another auction, and then I moved on. Uh, it's not necessarily the way. And by the way, this is $40. It's not necessarily the way that I could have admitted that I was partially wrong with it, but I was immediately treated poorly. Um, Brian came out and just shook his head, and I said, "Look, it's not a loose string." He pulled it out of my hand, and I was still calm. Put it down. He goes, "So you don't want this?" I said, "I don't want it." And so I said, "I'll pay for the other item." And he took the other item away from me and said, "You can't have either of them." Well, basically, in a nutshell, I went to go pay for the item. The items, I had a dispute with them about the guitar, and they were angry, and I was still calm, and I stated that I didn't want the guitar, and he pulled it out of my hand, put it down. Brian, that is, told me that you know, that everything was in the item in the ad, which I was. Uh, so basically, it says right here, vintage Yamaha acoustic guitar, string loose. Well, that's not loose. That's whatever that is. It's gone. So, and granted, they're saying I should have looked at the pictures, but it not even close to look at the pictures. If it says missing something, that's a different story. It's loose. So I had a little problem with it. It's a $40 item. So it didn't hurt me that much. I was thinking it, but it was the way that they said it. Also, the guy behind the counter, his name was Juan, told me that I could just pick that up at eBay for $5. Well, I looked on eBay and you couldn't find it for $5. There was one that was for 20, but then there was $6 shipping. So it's like more than half of what it was. But it was done very cavalier. Oh, you just do that. So it's just the way I was treated was poorly. And like I said, I've known these people for 20 years. I said, "Come on, Brian." I looked at him, the owner of the place, and he just walked away. And I was going to go pay for the other item, and the other item was taken off the table. He just took it. So no, you can't have that either. Which I don't think, like I said before, is not an auction. You're not allowed to do that. I paid for the. I mean, I didn't pay for it. I was going to pay for it. They denied me to pay for it. Anyway, to make a long story short, they asked me, not to do it. I had left. I thought it was over. Then I go to Live Auctioneer and I see on Live Auctioneer that it says, there it is. It says overdue, dispute filed, which is either me or them. I'm not sure. But why is it overdue? They're making something that I wanted to pay for, at least one of them. I have to pay for something that I wanted to pay for. I'm already gone. This place is 50 miles away. I wrote what you guys responded to them, the exact same thing, basically saying it was unfair. Let's talk like big boys and work it out. Never heard one thing from them at all. And then they took me off their auction. In other words, I cannot use their auction site. 20 years over a $40 item. I sold this is another problem I had with them. I sold something on their site, or many things over the years. The last one didn't meet the auction requirements, and yet, so there's kind of something funny about that to me. It was a very expensive item. It didn't meet the reserve, and in the end of it all, uh, for some reason, it still sold. And he paid me the amount, but it's just kind of funny to me. Why? If it didn't meet reserve, why was it sold? So, but he still paid me the difference, which was funny. It was just strange to me. Anyway, in a nutshell, I have a problem. I tried to work it out. I want to work it out. Uh, I like some of the stuff. I mean, this is all in honesty. I like some of the stuff on their site. It comes up. You never know what it's going to be, like any auction site. And it's relatively close. Not really too close, but relatively. And I want an apology because I mean, I've been working with these people for 20 years. To act like this is very unprofessional, very unbusinesslike, and everything's kind of wishy-washy. Sometimes he's happy, sometimes he's sad. I mean, maybe there should be a some kind of therapy involved, but that's not me. All I want is an apology and to be treated fairly, and I wasn't.
Except for an apology, what else would you like to take from them?
Well, I want to be reinstated in their auction. I think that was a belligerent act upon them. I didn't do anything wrong. I was calm, and also I was fair. I didn't yell. I was just standing there waiting to pay. And if to tell you the truth, if they wanted, you know, I'll pay the $112 if they want to reinstate me. But I'd rather have the apology and in the future to be treated nicely. I don't care if they're not happy or mean or whatever that day. I don't care anymore. I used to say, "Oh, I'm sorry, you're having a bad day," and have to listen to that. I don't want to do that anymore. I just, just treat me fair, treat me honest, no belligerent stuff. That's pretty much it. There's something that's popping up here. So what do I want from them? I mean, I don't want any money or anything. I just want to be treated fairly.
Do you have some message for other customers who may face the same issue in the future?
Well, there's nothing they can do about it. He'll walk away. He'll just, he'll just say no and walk away. It's not a process at all. And the other people that stand there are his lapdogs. They just actually, in some cases, I think worse. There's a lot of good people there. That are on this one guy has a problem with me because I did have something that was missing there once. They lost something of mine, and I was fairly angry because how can you lose something? It was fairly valuable. And so he took it as I was doing something angrily at him, and I was just mad at the situation. And he's never been nice to me after that. Well, that's not true. He's been nice to me, but not. It's as soon as something goes the wrong way, he's not very sympathetic. What would I recommend? I'd recommend everyone just state their case, tell him to his face exactly what it is, call him out on it, and say, "Hey, listen, calm down. Let's talk this out." But in my opinion, I don't think that'll help because he just walks away, and then you're nothing.